it's time to welcome this week's guests into the studio. They are Sages of the Subway, current unsigned chart #1 artist.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Very good, thanks. Even better after the news.
Even better after the news, yes. We should say we're recording this last week as you hear it. And obviously as you hear this, we're preempting the current week's chart. So it sounds like they've just been announced as #1. They might not be #1 as you hear this, but they are #1 as we're recording this. So it's weird time stuff. Anyway, I feel like I know you quite well, but I don't really know you at all, because obviously I've heard 88 for the last 2 months, and it's still not got old. I still love it. It's a great tune. And I played the other one of your songs which you sent me on the show last week, which I don't think I actually ever played. I must have missed it. Can't remember what it's called now. That's it. Yeah, I played it last week to preview a gig that you were doing. Where were you playing? Peterborough? Yeah. Yeah, and I love that too. So anyway, I like your music. Let's introduce yourselves and what you do in the band. So we can start that way and go around that way, or we can start that way and go around that way, whichever way you want to go.
Let the big boy picture take
My name's Tom and I'm the drummer.
I'm Nathan and I play bass.
My name's Dean and I'm singer-songwriter.
I'm James and I'm the lead guitarist.
Okay, cool. You met, rewind. You didn't meet in 2014. The band formed in 2014. It was when Dean and James met each other. Is that correct?
Yeah. Should we elaborate a bit on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where did you meet?
So we went to school together,
Right.
secondary school together.
Okay.
And I think it was in year 10. Dean was like, alright, you know what, let's do Battle of the Bands. I was like, definitely not. And I think, what was it, like the day before, I was like, you know what, I'll do it. And we did it.
Yeah, we heard that he could play a solo. So like, oh my, he can play a solo. None of us could really play, so we were like, alright, let's go for that.
We have to take him. And then, after that went quite well. And then I think we sort of just carried on. And, then Dean met Nathan at Nottingham. And Nathan knew Tom from, like, playing in bands back home.
Me and Tom have played music together for
10 years.
About 10 years, just going from messing around together, sort of in like a little.
We've done a few different bands, me and Nate together.
Okay,
And then
so
we've met Dean, obviously.
So initially, you two knew each other, and you two knew each other,
two groups
and then you came
Yeah.
together.
Best mates
Two
and
best
best
friends
mates.
meeting and now none of us are mates.
So the Cambridge connection. Where did you two go to school?
Us two?
Yeah.
In London.
Okay.
Northwest
So that's
London.
where you're from. That's where you're based.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Cambridge connection comes in because of you.
That's really me, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm from Cambourne, so I went to Comberton School.
Are
In
you?
Peterborough.
I'm sort of Peterborough.
Do you live in Cambourne still?
I live in Cambourne still, yeah.
So do
12
I.
years now. So, yeah, no, it's good.
99.
Inside,
What's
Okay.
it? Green Haze Lane. Send him some fan mail.
Don't tell them that.
That's all right. It's a big road. No one will find your house. It's fine.
99. How do I remember
But
that?
but you met each other at you said Nottingham.
Me and Dean met. We were on the same course at uni, and I met him sort of the first sort of seminar we did. So
Okay.
I saw this sort of cocky little guy in the corner making stupid little jokes, and I remember thinking this guy's a bit of an idiot. And then a week later, he was my best mate at uni. Really, so
Because you're also an idiot.
yeah, exactly. So same people as that sort of thing. And,
How did you hear about the music? Did I send?
I think it was on a night out, and you sort of had a drunk conversation with me saying, "Oh yeah, I'm in an amazing band, but we need a bass player and a drummer."
Yeah, I remember. And the next night, I come into his room and he's actually playing all the songs that we and James previously recorded
Oh right.
without teaching him the chords, all the lyrics.
Well, so you'd found them somewhere online and then just learnt them.
Yeah, we're on
YouTube
SoundCloud.
or
And
whatever.
we're like, okay, he's really talented.
Yeah, and a loser.
Okay. So when was it that you two, the two sets of two came together then?
Probably about a
I
year
think our
ago.
first practice was about a year ago.
Okay.
Probably about this time of year.
Right.
Last year, so
Mm.
it's quick. It's all.
So you're no longer at uni. You finished uni.
Me and Dean are in second year now,
Oh, okay.
so it's still sort of.
Yeah.
that's
He's got
still
2
going
years left.
Oh, okay. So in terms of getting together then and where you're based at the moment, so you two are at Nottingham,
on. Yes.
and then you're what?
Peterborough.
You're Peterborough,
Yeah,
and
so
you're
I'm-
London.
No, yeah. So I go to Leeds Uni, but I'm currently on my year abroad, so I'm living
right.
in Paris.
Yeah.
You're living in Paris.
Yeah, Paris.
What are you
yeah.
doing here?
At the interview, no?
Yeah. but what? You didn't come back from Paris for this?
No,
did you?
no, I'm going back in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
I've had a
okay.
few gigs,
He did,
so
wink,
Oh,
wink.
I see.
Yeah,
They think
wink,
he's
wink.
hit.
Yeah.
They
I
think
was
he's
gonna say.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, don't tell Leeds Uni that.
No one's ever made that much of an
Oh my
effort to
God.
come for an interview before.
Paris
Paris
is
is a
not live.
Cut that one
Paris is a big
out.
ask. So, a serious question to that. You're managing to keep everything together and commit to the band, even though you are all in different places.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it is hard, I think. But
It is hard, but actually thinking about it, it's pretty impressive, to be fair, that we've actually, in the last year, we've never actually all lived in the same place. We've probably recorded maybe 5, 6
I don't
songs
think many
together.
bands would. Yeah.
Yeah, probably other bands
They're
that have given
doing
up
what
by
we're
now,
doing, so.
especially the way we
Yeah, I
sound.
think when we started out, we knew it would be a massive commitment from all of us to
Yeah.
have to travel so much, and I think that's what we signed up for. Really.
We do a practice near enough every week.
Yeah.
And we're
Sort of
gigging
various-
quite a lot while
yeah.
James is back, so.
shout out to
So, is Cambridge kind of that's your meeting point?
No, Nottingham.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
when they're at
Oh,
Nottingham,
okay.
when they're in Nottingham, Tom and I drive up, meet them in Nottingham, and
Right.
then when
But
we're
we
in London,
do practice down here, practice in Huntingdon.
I mean, and
Right.
all the gigs you've done have been in Cambridgeshire at the minute. So
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
So that's where we're based, really. I mean,
So that's where the band is based at the
Yeah.
that's
moment.
where sort of the most of the fans are.
And
as
that
well,
one
so-
open mic in London
Yeah.
that we'll never talk about.
Yeah, we've got a good little fan base though down here. We've got a good Peterborough area, especially.
Okay.
yeah, no, we're hoping to
And
put
people
maybe
elsewhere obviously have been coming to our shows, which
Yeah.
is good.
Mm.
You must have some sort of a fan base because
Yeah.
somebody's voting for you in the chart.
It's all our parents.
Yeah,
no?
we do. We have a good little.
But it's kind of easy to work it out now because you've just explained where you all come from and what you're doing at the moment. So each of you've got a group of people that you can
Yeah,
tap
we've all
into
got
to
our own
vote.
like network. Yeah,
Yeah. So that
Different parts.
makes a bit more sense. Okay, right. I
people
mean,
in Paris voting as well. No?
yeah, I haven't looked at the stats. Maybe I should see how many people are accessing the website from France. Right, let's talk to each of you individually then and find out a bit more about you. So I'm going to start with the names in the order of my bit of paper. So let's start with you, Dean. Your interest in music. When did it start? What's your first memory of coming into contact with music?
Probably my sister would always play rap music. I think it was like the 50 Cent, the Massacre album.
Right.
And I thought this is the coolest, not swearing, this is the coolest stuff ever. And I was like, oh, just rap music. And my mum would always play Bruce Springsteen. And I thought, oh, who's this old man? He can't sing. She was like, I've got a spare ticket, I'll take you. And I was like, okay, I'll come. And then literally I got blown away. I thought, this is crazy. He played for like 3.5 hours. I think it was like 85,000 people or whatnot. And yeah, it's kind of from there I went to start. I got guitar lessons, and then yeah, we did the Battle of the Bands, and we formed like little bands, kind of in and out, recording a few bits and bobs, and like continuously doing that. And then I studied music production on my gap year at ICMP in Kilburn. And then my parents said, "All right, you got to go study a proper degree," which maybe it was kind of fortunate enough that I met Nathan.
Yeah,
and-
funnily enough, you went to go and
yeah.
study a proper degree, and then you ended up doing
Here we
music
are.
and meeting somebody on the same course.
Number one.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
not makes it.
And how did you fall into the role of singing? Have you always sung?
know.
Like, when did you know you could
You
sing?
started singing lessons at school. I remember
Yeah,
there was
I
just a band
started
on the
singing. I
window.
wasn't. My cousin used to sing. I thought
Right.
that was quite a cool thing. He'd put like covers up on YouTube, and he was like, "Oh, come sing with me," and he would like teach me a little bit, and then they would have like these 20-minute lessons in school. It must be secondary school, and then I did that for I think like 5 different slots. Yeah, and I think that's it really. And then we did Stand By Me at the Battle of the Bands, and everyone was like, "Oh, you got a really good voice.
Okay.
Keep doing it."
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
And you
it,
have.
thanks. Yeah, well, thank
Okay.
you very much. I sound a bit rough later, but
Well, you sound good on the recordings. I'll judge you what you sound like live
That's
later.
You ever heard of all?
Right, James. What about you?
Here we go.
What about your interest in music, and how did you gravitate towards the instrument that you now play in the band?
Okay, so I'd say growing up, my dad was quite like a heavy rocker, so I was used to listen to his sort of music, and he always used to play it to me growing up.
Right.
And I have one very, very, very vivid memory of when my dad first dropped me off at school, and I remember this riff came on. I was like, Jesus, what is that? And it was Layla by Eric Clapton, or
Okay.
Derek and the Dominoes.
Mhm.
And then from then, I think I started some guitar lessons. Absolutely hated it. Stopped for a couple of years, and then I think maybe when I was 12 or something, I picked it back up, and I just sort of just self-taught.
So why did you hate it, and then why did you decide later
Well,
that
so
you...
I was about 8 years old when
Right.
I first had like lessons,
Okay.
and I think I used to get woken up on like a Sunday at like 8 a.m.
Oh, okay,
and
so it was a bit like a chore for you.
yeah. It felt like a chore, and I was learning for grades and stuff, and no one really likes to do that.
Yeah.
And then so I did that for maybe 2 years when I was 10.
And then you picked it up again later, and it was a bit more fun.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there wasn't
was
any
just
pressure
like
behind it.
self-taught. Yeah, and I did actually do my grade 8 in the end
Oh, okay.
without doing any other grades.
you?
Yeah.
I thought that was a lie.
No, I did actually.
Oh,
do
right,
it.
so you just skipped all the others and went
Yeah,
straight
yeah,
to
yeah.
8. Okay. Is that,
Well,
the
I did it with my teacher at home, if that counts.
is that the highest grade you can get?
That is the highest grade you
Okay.
can get.
No one else.
There we go.
Yeah. And
Cool.
yeah, here I
There he
am.
is.
So, any particular inspirations in the guitar world that you look up to?
Yeah, so definitely Eric Clapton.
Yeah.
I like to think I got quite I play quite traditional sort of solos, maybe. I think like quite bluesy, which I don't think you maybe hear so much in modern rock tracks. So definitely Leonard Skinner.
Is it your guitar solo in 88 at the
Yeah,
end? It goes.
is indeed,
Okay.
yeah.
Right. Very good. Sorry, it wasn't a very good representation, but you knew
It's
what I
right,
mean.
you didn't forget it.
You knew what I
That's-
meant. No, that's
He forgets it when he plays it.
instantly you said solo.
I
was
did
like,
actually forget it when we first played. Yeah, no, Leonard Skinner, big inspiration of mine. I hope one day we'll play Freebird live at Wembley Stadium, if that's all right with you boys.
Yeah, let's get there.
Yeah, let's get there first. Yeah, no, Leonard Skinner's definitely one of my biggest inspirations.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good. We're next. Nathan,
Hello.
talk to me.
Yes.
I was trying to ask you a different variation of the same question, but I can't come up with anything. So,
For the last 5
We've all
minutes
got
now,
different
yeah.
answers, to be fair.
do you have a musical family?
I've got a family of music lovers, not a very talented music family, I'd say.
Right. Okay.
So my dad can play a D chord and my mum can play an A minor. That's, and that's about it. So yeah,
Right.
it's sort of, I mean, my dad's sort of massive into music. I mean,
Yeah.
So sort of growing up, it was always playing sort of the two tracks in the car I used to play, Age of Consent by New Order, and then a U2 song, I can't remember what it's called, but I remember those two songs. You played them in the car all the time, and the bass line to Age of Consent is just one of my favourite things ever. Like, so when it came sort of on to playing bass down the line, that was sort of one song that I remember thinking that's the song that I want to play. Like,
Okay.
but yeah, not musically talented. But I started playing guitar when I was probably got my guitar about 8
Right.
years
So you were
old.
guitar first, and then you bass for
I
the.
played drums first, and I got to grade 4. It's better than what Tom's got, but I don't like to bring it up too often.
Touchy
So yeah,
subject.
so just sort of had guitar lessons from friends and stuff like that, and then it always sort of came to wanting to play live in front of people. So that's why I started playing with Tom and our other mate. So yeah, just sort of playing from that, and then playing various gigs and stuff. And I loved it.
So what is it about playing live that you enjoy?
I wanted to be a footballer like every other kid when I was younger, and it was the idea of walking out in a stadium
Right.
full of people, and even just making everyone sort of excited to do something, to see you and making sort of them feel that way. Not very good at football, so
Scored an own goal today.
scored my
actually.
goals. But we won the league up the hummus, so I'll get that up the hummus. But
Top goal scorer, no?
yeah,
2 own goals.
So yeah, it was just the idea of playing gigs in front of people and sort of making them feel like. I remember I went to U2 live in 2009 in Wembley, and thinking the way I felt there, I want to do that myself, and obviously on a smaller scale or whatever. But that's sort of why I love.
Have you had obviously not Wembley yet, but have you had an experience in the band so far where you've kind of felt a little bit like that when
Yeah, I remember.
Second, not last gig, I'd say.
The one-
even if it's a small room with a lot of people in it?
Yeah,
Like,
so we played at Met Lounge about a month ago.
yeah.
And obviously not quite Wembley. I mean, like, it was for me at the time, but like just having people sing like "Remember Days" and "88" back to us, I remember just thinking like that's just an amazing feeling.
Yeah, to be fair, even when we rehearse, sometimes the lights go off. We'll get in a bit into it, and you get
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
quite a good feeling then.
Mm.
I mean, that's it, and just sort of the feeling you get from making a good sound, I suppose, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I really enjoy doing.
Cool. Okay. Then Tom,
Yes.
drummer.
Yeah.
Any drummers that you aspire to be like?
The thing, right, so I started playing trumpet first.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm
That's a
not-
more
yeah.
interesting story. Why?
Well, at school, my mum got me into it.
Okay.
So
Is that because she liked the trumpet as well, or is that like it's like at school, like you played the recorder or like really boring instruments?
No,
Not that trumpet's
no,
that
it's just
boring,
something
actually.
different, isn't it? There's just something different. to
Trumpet
do,
is
so,
different.
yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Didn't have any mates. So
Yeah. But then my brother played drums, so I picked drums up from him, and then it just went on from there, really.
Right. Okay.
And yeah, I've been playing drums for about 10 years.
So is your brother in a band as well?
No, so Dan stopped. My brother Dan stopped. But
Tom, you got too good, no?
no, he inspired. So honestly, he inspired me. I didn't look at any YouTubers. Like Dan was doing what he was doing, and I was
Yeah.
like, and literally, he got me on the kit. And then
He's very
I
good.
think
He's
you
very
were
good drummer, Dan. I must
Yeah,
say.
Dan,
Very good
my brother was really good, and I got on the kit and I
Just a
started to
natural.
play. Like I was self-taught. I had music lessons in trumpet,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
self-taught in drums. So I've just kind of been playing Dropped the trumpet, unfortunately. I've still got it.
We'll bring it in a song. One
Yeah,
song.
one
But yeah,
song.
so I've done quite a few.
In
I've gigged-
Freebird, no?
I've gigged with a few.
Can
bands.
you drum and do the trumpet at the same time? That would be
It's a
good.
massive issue we face.
I've honestly, I've been asked. I've been asked that before, but no.
Well, you know, we'll have to make a stand for you, so the trumpet's always in your
Yeah,
mouth. The
yeah.
other two hands
It'd
are
be,
free
it'd be
drumming.
impressive.
Yeah, it would
But
be
yeah, no.
impressive.
So yeah, drums is my main focus with these boys, and that's where my passion is.
Who are
Okay.
you focusing on trumpet with?
So in terms of drumming, I'm curious because like I've interviewed bands for years and I'm not a musician. I never have been, but I'm now at the point where I'm interested in learning an instrument, right?
Yeah.
And guitar, I've decided isn't for me because you go through. Apparently, with friends have told me you go through this period where you have to harden up your ends of your fingernails and fingers and stuff. And I'm a wuss and I can't be doing with that. So I'm like,
Off the string.
I'll try the drums.
Yeah.
So I haven't actually gone as far as actually trying the drums yet.
Okay.
This is my New Year's resolution. We're now in March.
It's a good one though. I'll give you
But
that.
do you have to have
Done.
some sort of a skill that's
Grab a
like
drum
born,
kit. That's
born
the
into
start.
you in order to play the drums? Because the whole doing the hands and the feet,
Yeah,
different
so
things thing, that's not
Pe-
easy to
people
pick
say
up.
like hand, coordination, obviously.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really don't know. It literally just came to me. Like,
So you picked it up straight away.
yeah.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
probably were born with it then. And that, and your brother was also
yeah.
good at it. Suggests that too.
Once you learn the
Trumpet.
the kick and the hi hats, your feet. Once you got your feet down, your hands, you can do anything with your arms, can't you? So
Okay.
You just learn.
Is
and-
that what? I guess once you stop concentrating on that, then you
Yeah.
have capacity in your brain to then do something else with your hands.
Yeah. There's that.
Okay.
There's that. But it's just like anything. Playing more and more, you'll get better.
Yeah.
At it, and that's what I've done. I don't know why these boys are laughing.
I appreciate this innuendo in what we're talking about, possibly, but I'm genuinely interested in that as a conversation because,
Yeah.
I mean, like if I was to try it, I would probably not have the patience to try it for so long that I would then nail that.
Well,
bit.
James jumps on the kit at the end of practices, and he's
Right.
awful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
he
all
can-
have to run out.
He can.
I'm
what do you
trying.
think? You can. How do you feel
I think it's really hard.
from that
No,
question? How
it
do you,
is actually really hard.
Like the hand bit, I can do that, and I can drum along with
most people can do that,
songs and
like I
stuff.
was saying about
Yeah, no,
it's your feet.
I'm not special.
yeah,
in
no,
that.
it's the kick. It's
Yeah,
I find
it's
that,
doing that.
but it's funny that because
So I'm now doing my foot and my hands are wanting to go like that.
Yeah,
It's like-
If you'd like a lesson, I'd.
yeah,
A kick and a piano.
maybe.
Yeah.
Just dum,
to be a one-man
Yeah.
band, have
It's the
that
most-
big
yeah,
drum on the
I
back.
wouldn't. That wouldn't. Yeah,
It's
wouldn't
the most
sound
fun
great.
instrument, though.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'd say that, but.
Yeah, no, I think it's probably the one that I would be
I
best
mean,
at.
I get the most workout on it. I think
Just
I'm the
like
one always.
Yeah, there is
sweating.
also that,
'cause
yeah.
I'm a big guy, but I'm using a lot of
Yeah,
energy.
it's also
which
exercise, which is
Yeah.
also good.
which I need. So
Gotta
Cool.
play more, mate.
Right, thank you. I now feel I know you all individually a little bit better now.
Good.
Okay, you're going to do. Did I say how many songs you're going to do? You're going to do two songs.
Yeah,
You're gonna do two
yeah.
songs. Cool.
Two songs.
Right, please. Please, why not? Get yourselves ready to play the first one then,
Yeah.
and I will waffle for a second while you do. Do you have? I presume you do have quite a lot of songs in your back catalogue.
Yeah, we've got quite a few.
So
Yeah.
I hear a funny thing, just before they're tuning up.
Yeah.
So especially when we started gigging, I would make up the lyrics on the spot.
Oh,
And
that's quite a
And
talent.
even until now, some people don't know this, but we make up the lyrics on the spot unless they're recorded.
It's like our unique selling point.
Right.
So all the new songs we try, like the last song, which actually hasn't got a name, we would just make up on the spot, and people really liked it. So if they like it, then we'll go, all right, let's work on that. We'll write the lyrics, we'll
And they
go from that, etc. Yeah.
So are you someone that one of these guys could play a tune on a guitar and you could just make up words as you go
Yeah.
along? Oh, I might try
We
that.
were doing that earlier in the car,
We
actually.
could try and give a little example.
Yeah,
That's good for us.
because that is quite a skill.
We can
Are
try
you-
a bit now.
are you-
Want to drop some bars?
And also, as a songwriter, sorry, I'm going to ask you more questions now while you're ready to play. As a songwriter, are you good with words? Do you
I need
do
to
you
get a
like
lot
the
better,
English
I think.
language?
I think that is as my songwriting. I think I can write a good like pop melody and a song, but I think
Okay.
the lyric.
But if you're going to make up a song off the spot, it wouldn't necessarily be filled with lots of complicated words.
no.
Okay.
It'd be nice and simple.
Okay.
It's good. He's good.
All right.
About
Well, maybe
love of
perhaps we'll
my
try
own.
that in a minute. I'm
He's very
curious
good.
now you've told me
Very
that.
good.
Okay, right. What are you going to do first?
We'll do Wait on Me first.
let's do it.
yeah.
Oh, we'll do it.
Yeah, do it now if you're going to do it, because then I'll end up playing it later anyway, whether you're number one or not. I mean, you're not likely to fall out of the chart, let's be honest.
There's
So.
no drums on this, so we got some singing.
For some harmony.
Yeah.
Got some harmony.
Yeah, so you've got to sit there with your arms crossed now for the next couple of minutes.
Be singing.
Let's do it. You ready?
Oh, you can play the drums for us.
No, I won't ruin it.
Ready? I'm in tune.
Are you ready?
We are in tune.
Go on then.
We're good.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Take it back to 88. She moves to the city with you in the passenger side, moving in search of a better day, taking in the view you see, thinking time's looking pretty, you think, but time itself it blinks. What you see is coming out again. Truth's gonna save you, lies gonna break you. The world wants to own you, you know. But when the man starts knocking, boy, there's no stopping. They'll take everything you know. Don't let it go. No, baby, I know, but I'm proud. No. Hey, someone better call the cops. There's a boy lying down in a pool of blood. Screams, what you doing to him? Yeah, I moved him out of town. Now you treat him like a sin. Oh, the world's gone crazy, it seems. Gave up long ago, so I'm still on their knees while I'm just standing around. There's a man out there with a gun and a crown. Truth's gonna save you, lies gonna. The world wants to own you, you know. But when the man starts knocking, boy, there's no stopping. They'll take everything you know. Don't let it go. No, baby, I know, but I'm proud. Truth's gonna save you, it's gonna break you. The world wants to own you, you know. But when the man starts knocking, boy, there's no stopping. They'll take everything you know. Don't let it go. No, baby, I know, but I'm proud. Baby, I know, but I'm proud. Hey. But I'm proud. Woo!
Thank you.
Nice.
That's a stripped back version. Never done that before. So it was, yeah.
The guitar solo on an acoustic is obviously more difficult.
Yeah, I actually maybe think I played it out of time there, or out of tune, but as
Oh,
long as
no.
no one knows
No one
it.
knows.
Oh no.
Yeah, sort of just, it's called improvisation. You just,
Yes.
Wing it, mate.
Yes, there we go.
No, honestly, it's actually sometimes it's actually quite nice to play something on acoustic.
Yeah.
Sound, I think
So
that's,
I think it's also a talent for bands who can take a track and then do it acoustic. I know some songs start their life acoustic and then go into electric,
We
but
always say the best songs you can play on acoustic guitar, whatever the genre
Yeah.
is. Like,
yeah. If you strip it back and it sounds good, then you know it's a good song.
yeah, I think so.
We struggle with that.
I didn't realise you were doing backing vocals until about a quarter of the way through the song. Were you intentionally doing backing vocals?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay,
I was gonna
right.
bring my cajon.
I wasn't sure whether you were just joining in because you had nothing else to do, or
No, I was going to bring my cajon, but I bottled it. So
oh, you could have brought the cajon.
I sing live. We do BBs live. So
Okay,
I've just done
cool.
Yeah, he's got a nice voice.
You do, mate, you do.
Dean, I'm going to pay
Could do
you
a bit of a shake.
pay you probably what you would consider to be a huge compliment. Well, I hope it is anyway. When you're
Awful
singing
voice,
that,
no?
no. When you're singing that, and I'm thinking, you remind me of someone. There's a little bit of someone in that voice. And then you said earlier, Bruce Springsteen, and I'm like, I can hear a little bit of. I can hear genuinely. I can hear the influence of Bruce Springsteen
Yeah.
in some of the bits of
Definitely
your
stole-
singing.
stole
Didn't you get coached by
Yeah.
him? Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was actually backstage.
Yeah, yeah. It's just the slight, not twang, but slight, in certain bits of the. Yeah,
Bit of grit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the one.
grit. Yeah. yeah.
Thanks for that.
That's all right. Right, what else should we talk about? What have you done so far in terms of gigs? So you said you played Peterborough a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got the next thing coming up. I think it's on the 30th of March. It's like this Cambridge competition
Yes,
thing.
you're playing the Cambridge, not just Cambridge competition thing.
Come on,
Cambridge
mate.
Band Competition's
Yeah,
a
that's-
very historic, long-running event.
Yeah, and
you should look it up and
He
research.
wasn't the best person to say.
yeah, I know.
But we've got this competition thing.
Yeah, maybe give that to the boys from actually.
We know
Yeah,
all
maybe
about
the
that.
boys that come from
We
Cambridge
can
should
talk
maybe
about
take
that.
this one.
We've done Voodoo Lounge in Stamford.
That's a really
Voodoo Lounge is a good venue. I like Voodoo Lounge.
Really cool
Supported the
venue.
Fifths. I don't know if you played any of their stuff.
I have played the
Yeah,
Fifths many times. Yes.
Call to the Faithful are a new band coming up in Peterborough.
Okay.
And then we've done Met Lounge a couple of times. And then obviously this Cambridge one. We've played in London, but only
So you've not, as we sit here now, yet played in Cambridge.
not in Cambridge, no.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Which is probably not.
Honestly, I thought Peterborough and Cambridge were like the same sort of thing.
Well, they're in the same county.
Country is
Yeah.
the same to-
But yeah, so
Yeah.
the third. The
As
band
soon as you go
competition
5
was-
minutes north from London, it's all green anyway.
That is true. Yeah, so Cambridge Band Competition. You're in the last heat, aren't you?
Heat
Five,
five.
yeah.
Well, so yeah.
I don't know. Are you looking at me like that's a bad thing? I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm looking forward to
You
it.
know who
Well,
your
we've
competition's going to be by then, I guess.
Yeah.
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 We're very much
No
looking
one.
forward
You've,
to
you've
it.
sussed out the competition.
Do you know who else is in your heat?
Yes.
Who?
Ember Rev.
Okay. I'm not familiar with them.
I don't want to insult anyone.
There's a lot of bands in the competition this year that I'm not familiar with.
And the Blue Hearts.
There's one about monkeys as well.
Oh, Max Bianco.
Yeah, Max Bianco.
Yeah.
And then we've got.
I want to say chimpanzees.
No,
like that.
what are they called?
Is
I
it
know.
Release the chimps.
Release the
something
Chimps. There you go.
I'm looking it up.
Planet of the Apes.
Release the
like that. Maybe
Chimps.
their names.
yeah.
Embarrassing.
Ember Rev and Bianco and the Blue Hearts.
There's only 4 of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it 4? I thought it was.
Four bands.
Is it not 5?
We're on at 10 past.
Oh
9.
yeah, do you remember I thought Crowd Cheer were a band?
You can't find them on Spotify.
And I was like,
Yeah.
why have they not got a time?
That'd be quite a good name, actually.
Cheer and Results are a band.
Results are really
Yeah,
good.
they're on at 10:30, Cheer and Results.
Yeah, looking forward to them.
Yeah, so yeah, Release the Chimps, Matt Bianco and the Blue Hearts, Sage the Subway, you're on at 10 past 9, and then Ember Rev on at 9:45. I can't be much help in terms of giving you a bit of a heads up in that,
Right,
because
was gonna ask
I
you.
know Max Bianco's solo stuff, but I don't know him with his
We had a
band.
listen to.
And I haven't actually come across the others yet, so
We had a listen to his EP, didn't we?
Yeah,
Mhm.
In the car earlier. It was good.
it's good. Yeah, it's gonna be a good night of music anyway. I hope.
but if you
Yeah.
take a lot of people down with you,
And this is the thing.
then you might win Cheer and Results.
Yeah, so you can play. Yeah.
And then you get in the final on the they used to call it the beer cheer, but I don't know if they call it that now.
That's what it'll be for us.
Maybe we
anyway,
should just
right?
bring a speaker. And
Yeah.
just play a
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know it works like that. We're definitely
It's
got to
very
promote the tickets.
because I used to be involved in the competition and I had to take the readings for the beer cheer once, and all you do is you stand on the stage with an iPhone with
was
a
gonna say, how accurate are these
the
cheers?
what do you call it on it, measuring it. So I'm not entirely sure how accurate it is. If I'm
Yeah,
honest.
wouldn't it be whoever's
Well, let's hope
closest?
we,
with-
Yeah, we'll put a
Yeah, just get
Bluetooth
somebody
speaker
to
at the
stand
back.
right at the front of the stage and shout
Yeah.
into that
Yeah.
particular
Grab the
phone,
phone.
and then you'll
Yeah,
win.
that's-
I'm sure it's done much
Your
more
mum would
scientifically
definitely
now.
do that,
That's our
Yeah.
next gig, so yeah.
So that is the next gig.
Yeah.
And then no plans after that.
Potentially.
Yeah, we had a
Can't-
couple requests after
yeah.
the last gigs we played.
Yeah,
And
can't say one of them.
nothing,
But I think we're gonna in the near future, hopefully, get
Yeah,
back in the
well,
studio and release a new single.
yeah.
That's on the cards at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's all we're gonna say at the moment. But
cool.
No comment.
Yeah, no comment.
Don't tell me something you don't want to tell
No,
the audience.
but
and-
that's the plan, and
I mean,
people
yeah.
should expect new music in the.
Yeah, we're gonna get
Near
a
future.
couple things
So,
together.
Yeah.
So how old is 88 and I keep forgetting the name of the other song.
1988.
Days.
Remember the day, yes. How old?
88 is probably one of the first ones we that's probably the first song we actually.
But in terms of old, I mean, we're only talking like about a year or so.
within
ago.
the last
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Yeah, we
88
only,
was
we only
the
released
first
them a
song-
couple months ago,
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, so when you
Not
sent me
even.
the track, that was a new release. It wasn't.
That was a new release.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
fine. Cool.
Yeah, we just
Fresh
been.
off.
We recorded it probably in
Yeah.
last summer. So.
So the reaction, not including the chart, but generally to people that have heard it, to other radio stations and stuff, it's been pretty positive.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
seems
they've-
like.
People seem to really
Yeah,
like it.
the
don't they?
radio BBC Introduced in Cambridgeshire have played both tracks.
Don't say that.
That's fine. You can say that. Me and Tom are
Radio,
good
radio
friends.
play wise,
It's fine.
they're
That's
the
right.
ones who've played it as well as yourself. And then
I think like the feedback was really good from it. I mean, sort of when you've got Remember Days, sort of they're like, oh, this is a band. Like I suppose for our friends, everything they can make okay sounding songs, I suppose. But
Yeah.
then 88 came out and people were like, it's actually really good. I think.
Yeah, I think it had a lot of
Definitely.
pop elements as well that appealed to people, but we still maintained like, our sound, which I thought
Yeah.
was quite
A
good.
lot of people, if FIFA are listening,
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
have some-
shout out.
yeah, a lot of people
Would
said
be a
actually
good
have it
that
for
track,
free.
they're really good FIFA
88,
songs.
a lot
Yeah.
of people, a lot of people have
So
brought
if that doesn't get, we might have to write
Yeah, we
another
might-
FIFA song.
We might have to start a
Yeah.
petition for that, actually.
Yeah.
We just went for
88
that, that
FIFA.
current well.
If you got on FIFA, you'd be the second NMG supported act to be on the FIFA soundtrack because we have had one in the past.
That's it. If you get on FIFA, I'm personally
Yeah.
I'm out of
Yeah,
time.
that's
at
it.
that
I'm
point.
done. That's it.
I've quit uni.
Yeah.
Quit everything.
Yeah. He didn't make much money out of it, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
Yeah,
it's
still be cool
still
enough
a-
just to play FIFA.
he got to go to the launch of the FIFA
Yeah.
game though and
Oh,
meet
really?
some cool footballers. So
Do you get anything? Like, do you think you get a FIFA disc? Or
I don't know.
Is that the only reason why you went? Yeah.
I can ask and let you know.
I
yeah.
want to meet the main man.
What
in charge.
did I say? I remember. Yeah. So
should be
if we get on FIFA, I'll be running down the M1 naked. That was what I said. That's what I said to you.
It's not going on
You've
now.
got
I wouldn't guarantee. I wouldn't recommend doing that. You wouldn't last long before you got run over. But yeah.
I'll go in between the cards. I can probably get arrested by the police.
Yeah, I think so. Cool. Well, thank you for coming in. It's been
Thanks for having us.
nice to
Thanks for
chat.
having us.
Good luck with the Cambridge Band competition.
Mm.
I'm sorry I'm not a judge like you thought I was.
I'm gutted. I was
It's all right. You must know the judges.
Yeah,
I-
we
I
got a
like-
box of chocolates here for you as well, by the way.
I don't actually know who is judging,
And
but
the
you're right. I probably would know them. I'm just looking to see what I'm doing on the
You can come down
30th of March and whether I can come and watch.
Yeah, you can come make
Or
all
whether
the-
I'm
all the
otherwise
noise.
engaged. I'm otherwise engaged, unfortunately.
Who too?
Yeah. Actually, to Norwich City. That's where I am that night.
Boo.
What was I going to say? We'll be recording the sets at the band competition because there is a show that goes out after my show with highlights of the previous week. So yeah,
Okay.
somebody on the radio will be able to hear you later, and you'll be interviewed by somebody as well. But it won't be me.
awesome.
Right, please play another live song before we wrap up.
Yeah, we're going to do Wait on Me.
Yeah, this is,
Okay.
This is a
Oh,
very
one
oldie.
I've not heard before.
This is very old.
A
Okay.
goodie but an oldie. An oldie but a goodie. How does it go?
It's not that old, mate.
No, right, go on.
You start.
And if you call and you say to tell the world I give up, I will reassure you that you're tough enough. For yeah, I know at times feels like the world's against your side. So darling, put your weight on me. When you feel like you're falling 10,000 feet in the air and you've lost all hope and in need of a prayer, oh yeah, I'll break your fall. Oh, I'm here when you call, so don't put your weight on me. Let's go. cold. So darling, put your weight on me. Carry us both. So darling, put your weight on me. I'll carry us both. And I'll put my weight on you. Together we will grow. Saying, ooh, ooh, love ain't giving up on you. Yeah. Saying, love ain't giving up. Love ain't giving up. Ooh, love ain't giving up. Ooh, yeah.
Thank you.
Lovely, very good.
Oh, nice.
It's a bit warm here.
What was that called again?
Wait on me.
Yeah, that was
Wait
an old
on
like
me.
EDM song that James and I did. So it's up
When
on
did
Spotify
you release that?
EDM song.
Yeah, so
2016.
Can't even imagine what that would
rewind a
sound
little
like.
bit, yeah, James and I.
I think my guitar was actually in
yeah,
there.
wanted to
Apologies.
sell out as quickly as we can.
Yeah,
My vocals were.
So we said,
So I didn't
so
play
he
what I
played this
usually
guitar
do.
part, and I wrote this song, this one, and we went
Oh,
to
yeah,
a
I
producer that we knew, and we were like, "Oh, we want to make an EDM song, very similar to the Coldplay song, which I forget the name."
Sky Full of
Yeah.
Stars, I think it was. That was Bill Volume.
So it's actually on our Spotify, and we play an acoustic version.
Is
with-
Sky Full of
do that live.
Stars an EDM song?
It's not
No,
EDM, but it's got a
actually
bit
produced
of.
by Avicii.
When you say EDM, I'm thinking.
So it's like
sort of
like
like a
pop
big pop
electronic,
document,
yeah.
Okay.
So it's on our Spotify. We play like an acoustic set.
Do that live with bass and drums.
Yeah, and people really like it. That's why
Yeah.
we're playing it.
That's another like one people
Just a catchy
seem
song,
to
isn't
sing,
it?
Yeah.
sing back to us, which is honestly
Yeah.
live. That's what you want.
Mhm.
Partly,
Great.
anyway.
Right. Social media. Where's the best place to find you and your music, please?
Instagram.
Instagram, Sages of the
Yeah.
Subway. Twitter, Sages_Subway. Facebook, I think we're the Sages of the Subway.
Spotify.
Spotify, on
Sages
Spotify,
of the
Apple
Subway.
Music.
Yeah.
Eventually, we've got
What's your
Apple
home
Music.
address as well?
Yeah. We're actually on Shazam as well, so
come
if
to
you
my
hear our
house, I'll
song,
play an acoustic session.
screenshot it and
Yeah.
send it to us on Instagram. and
Oh,
we'll
so I can
we'll
Shazam the
retweet
song
it.
when I play it in the studio in case I
Yeah.
forget what it's called.
Yeah.
Great. I do that for the song that I don't remember what it's called. Okay, cool. I was going to say something else, but I've forgotten what it was. Oh, yeah. What are Sages of the Subway?
Here you go, Dean.
What? Oh, it's actually a Bruce Springsteen lyric.
Is it?
Oh.
Sage of the Subway are
Well,
like the living dead.
Oh.
Yeah. So we were actually called the Wolves before because we never left our house, and then that was taken. And so yeah,
and then
Sage of the
we were
Subway.
actually, for the Battle of the Bands, we were originally the dugongs, which is an animal
Yeah.
that I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's good. That's on the Richter scale of decent answers for that question.
Yeah, I
that's
could've
about
get-
halfway.
yeah.
Yeah, I asked another band that earlier, and it was barely registered. So
Sage of the Subway
that's
or-
good. No. But whenever I don't like really asking the "how do you get your name"
Yeah.
question, because normally the answer is really
It's
boring.
quite hard though, I think.
But
'cause everything's
that's
taken,
that's
it
quite
seems.
that shows that there's a bit of thought gone into it. That's
Yeah,
that's
So
just a
shout
little
out
bit.
out to Bruce Springsteen.
yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't just write a load of names on a piece of paper and pick them out of a hat, which is that generally is an answer
But
I've heard
actually,
before.
we didn't do a Post Malone. He actually put his name into a generator or something online.
There we go. Sometimes it can come out with genius. Most of the time, not. Right. Thank you very much. We will move on with the show now and find out very shortly where you are in this week's Unsigned Chart.